Morning, good people. It's King Marco in the building, here to give y'all boys some game. Today, I'm going to talk about something that's a little touchy, and I know some people ain't going to like what I got to say, but I think it needs to be said. Okay, I want to address something, and I'm going to keep this respectable as possible because I'm talking about an elder. And that elder that I'm talking about right now is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm a little disturbed about how he's taking a stance about how NBA players who are not vaccinated should lose their pay and they should be kicked off the team. Okay? I'm a little disturbed about this. Okay? And the reason why I'm disturbed about this is that one, sir, you should not be taking no kind of stance where it takes money out of a black man's hand. Okay? Mr. Jabbar, sir, I'm going to repeat this. You should not be taking a stance against a situation where it's taking money out of a black man's hand. Okay? You should not be saying that people should be vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you should lose your job. You should be like LeBron James. Okay? Okay? I don't always agree with LeBron James, but one thing I can do is respect LeBron. Okay, LeBron sat there and said, "I took the vaccine, but I'm not going to condemn anybody who doesn't. That's not his personal business." Okay, that's how you should be. You should not be sitting out here talking about players need to lose their money if they don't do what they told. Really, you actually condone that? Okay, I'm sorry, I can't condone that. Okay, because now it makes you look like a hater. It really does. Now it looks like this old nigga right here is jealous of us young niggas making more money at a profession that you play, that you dominated. Okay? I understand that you only made a few $1 million playing in the NBA. I get that part. Okay, and maybe you have some resentment saying that, damn, I came in at the wrong time. I paved the way for these guys and they're making 40 million a year and I'm still broke. I'm still struggling. I'm still trying to get a job every chance I get. You've been begging for jobs for a long time. Ever since you retired. Okay, you've been begging for a job. Okay, you have to understand, Kareem. They don't want you. They never really liked you like that. Okay, you the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, and not one time have you ever been considered for a job in the NBA for as far as being a head coach. Okay, you've never been considered for a job. That should tell you something. They don't really want you there. They just giving you little kibbles and bits just because you the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, and it's just a bad look that the all-time leading scorer in NBA history is broke as a joke. So they'll give you little pennies here and little pennies there. Okay, but you've been begging for a job for a long time. Okay, you've been broke for a long time. You only worth $20 million. That's sad, actually. Actually, that's pretty sad. And you came in an era where money was being made. You know, you were at the end of your career, but money was being made in the late '80s. Okay, Magic Johnson was getting $1 million. He signed a contract for 25 years, $25 million. Money was being made. Okay, and you had a lot of opportunities to have other endorsements, but you got robbed of all your money though. You know what I'm saying? All the money that you made, that you accumulated over the years of playing in the NBA and other endorsements that you had going on was lost. Your accountant robbed you. Okay, so you don't have any money. Okay, and so now you have resentment toward the younger generation because you've endured a lot of pain when it comes to having financial freedom. See, you don't have financial freedom, which is why you're always begging for a job. Okay, and that is the difference between you and Wilt Chamberlain. Okay, the difference between you and Wilt Chamberlain is that Wilt Chamberlain made more money outside of basketball than he did playing basketball. And Wilt always had shit going on. And Wilt never begged for a motherfucking job. Okay? He would I don't even think if he was still alive, I don't think he would even beg for a job. He would be in a position where he had to beg for a job. You still begging for jobs. Okay? You gotta look at yourself. Okay? Now I know why you sat there and did this. You a puppet for the Democratic Party, and how I know this is that you were cultural ambassador. In 2012, they named you cultural ambassador. Okay, of the United States. Hillary Clinton gave you that job. Okay, in 2012, who was president? Barack Obama. Right, right. This is factual. You guys can go check it out. Check it out. Okay, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was cultural ambassador. It was named cultural ambassador by Hillary Clinton in 2012. Okay, how much did they pay you for that job, Kareem? Hmm? How much did they pay you? They pay you money for that? Okay, so they probably gave you a job, and in return, whenever they call you and they need you to do a favor, you go do it, and that's what this is. Okay, this is an assault. This is another assault on a rich black man. They want to make sure that a black man does not receive a certain amount of money. They want to cap him off. Okay, bottom line. And you're part of this agenda. I wonder what Muhammad Ali would say about you right now if he were alive. What would be his stance in this situation? Tell me. I want to know. I don't think Muhammad Ali would be with you on this one. I think he would be totally against you on this one right here, especially for a situation like this where there's a lot of misinformation out here regarding this whole situation right now that we're dealing with, this pandemic and everything. There's a lot of misinformation being spread around, and you sitting out here siding with the establishment by taking money away from black men. That's pretty much what you're doing, Kareem. And it's probably understandable because look at your name. Your name itself shows that you're willing to, you know, side with the establishment. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name means, okay, noble servant of the powerful one. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this again. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name means noble servant of the powerful one. Okay, my question is, who are you serving with this stance? Who are you serving? How much did they pay you to do this? Because I know they paid you some money. Okay, they paid you some money, or you paying a debt back. It's one or the other. It's probably a debt. Okay, that's probably what this is. You probably ain't getting no money for this. This is probably a debt that you had to pay. Okay, giving you those jobs as cultural ambassador for the United States and everything. There's a price that comes with that. Okay, and I guess with you saying that, siding with the establishment by saying that it's okay to take money out of players' hands, then that's one of your debts being paid. I guess that's what that is, huh? Sir, you have to understand that in the game of life, the younger generation will always make more money than the older generation. Okay, everything goes up. Cars go up, houses go up, everything goes up. So you have to assume that the income for a person goes up too. Okay, Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys for $60 million. Okay, that's what he bought the Cowboys for. $60 million is what Jerry Jones paid for the Cowboys. Okay, that's not even Dak Prescott's contract is worth more than $60 million now. Okay, now it's worth $6 billion. Cowboys is worth $6 billion, but he paid 60. He's paid $60 million. And you mean to tell me throughout all the years that Jerry Jones owned the Cowboys from 1989 to now that the price that he didn't pay players more money? Okay, Deion Sanders had a $35 million contract when he was the man at the cornerback position. You can't get a top flight cornerback in the NFL for 60 million or $35 million. Can't get him. Not gonna happen. You are not gonna get a cornerback in the NFL for $60 million as top flight. You paying 100. I mean 35 million. You paying 100. Deion Sanders would be making $100 million right now. He have $100 million contract easy right now if he were playing today. And you have to understand that. The younger generation is gonna make more money than you. You have to, and you made more money than the generation before you. And that's fact. You go look at that. You think you made more money than you made more money than Bill Russell. Straight up. You made more money than John Havlicek. You made more money than Elgin Baylor. You made more money than all those guys. Okay, that's just the game. You know what I'm saying? Just realize that your time has passed. You had your time. You should have maximized the money that you made. You didn't. And don't hate on another player for trying to get his money. Bottom line. You're not supposed to hate on the black man trying to get his paper. You should have been like LeBron. LeBron ain't getting involved in that. He's not about to be in the business of saying, yeah, I think players should lose their money if they ain't vaccinated. Okay? It took him a long time to take that motherfucker. He wasn't on that shit either, but shit, he had to sit there and say, I gotta do what's best for me. I gotta do what's best for my family. I gotta do what's best for my career. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna take it. But if you don't want to take it, that's cool too, man. I'm not against you on that. That's your business. Okay? That's how you supposed to be. That's an OG right there. See, now what's about to happen for you? Ain't nobody young gonna look up to you no more. Nobody young gonna look up to you. Them guys that's unvaccinated, and there's a lot of guys that are vaccinated that really didn't that really didn't want to be vaccinated, but they had to be vaccinated because why? They need that money. Okay? They got bills just like everybody else. That's fact. Their bills is just higher than ours, but they got bills. And they might be in the beginning of their new deal. Like for instance, let's say Lonzo Ball. Let's go with Lonzo Ball, for instance. He just signed a 4-year deal for $80 million. Okay? He not about to fuck that money up. He gonna take that motherfucking shot. He gonna take that motherfucking shot because why? Because he about to get $20 million this year. That's a lot of fucking money. He can't leave $20 million on the table right now. Okay, that's too much money. So, but he might. I'm not saying I don't know him personally, but he could be a guy that sit there and say, "Ah, man, I don't really fuck with this shot, but you know what, man, I gotta get that 20 million, man. Fuck that, fuck that. I gotta get that money, man. I can't afford to do that. Kyrie can afford to do that. Kyrie can afford to sit there and say, you know what, fuck that shot, man. I don't trust that shit. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm getting too many mixed messages with this shot. And even if I do take this shit in the NBA, well, as far as protocol in the NBA, is it much different if you don't? Chances are it's probably not. It's probably still a bunch of bullshit that they got to go through in order to get on the basketball court. Okay, because they travel a lot. The NBA travels a lot. They travel in 6 months, 8 months out the year. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck they got going on behind closed doors. As far as protocol with the pandemic, I don't know all the details with that, and it's probably too much to remember. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but Kyrie can afford to sit there and say, you know what, I'm cool. I don't want. I got. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off for right now. He can afford to do that. He got a shoe deal. He got a big time contract. He was making a lot of money, and he don't seem like the kind of guy that blows a lot of money. So he can withstand the time that he might have to be off or even maybe he have to retire and not play no more. You know what I'm saying? He can withstand that. He'll survive. Okay, that's not. But so Kareem, going back to Kareem, you have basically separated yourself from the younger generation now. Okay, you have separated yourself. And as an old person, you should never do anything to where it separates yourself from the generation that's after you. You should never do that. Now you just another old dude that's hating. That's what you are now. That's how they gonna look at you now. When they see you at the basketball game, they gonna be like, man, here he go. I'm gonna go shake his hand so I can go about my business. They ain't gonna really give a fuck about you no more. They gonna say, oh, this that dude that tried to take money out of our pocket, man. I'm cool on him. I'm gonna go say hi to him, man, but I'm gonna keep this shit short and sweet. That's what's gonna happen to you now. Okay, and Adam Silver ain't gonna be there to save you. Okay, they'll give you a couple dollars. They'll treat you like a little houseboy that you been. The Lakers been taking care of you for years. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get broke, you go ask the Lakers for a job, and they give it to you because they don't want to see you. They don't want to see you applying for food stamps. Okay, they already know it. So me myself, I would tell you, I honestly, strongly tell you, the next time you see a situation like this, and they talking about taking money out the black man's hand, you need to go the other direction, man. For real, it ain't good for you to be sitting out here hating on the young brothers getting money just because you mad because you ain't making the money that they made. That's just the game. You know what I'm saying? Suck it up. I'm never gonna hate on a young nigga, get mad at a young nigga because he get more money than me. There's always gonna be a nigga get more money than you. That's how the game works, man. Okay, you can be the richest man in the world, and at the end of the day, you still might not be the coolest man in the world. You could be the richest man in the world, step into a room, and a motherfucker that ain't got more money than you, he get more attention than you. That's just the game, man. That's how it is. It's always gonna be somebody bigger and better than you. That's just the game. Deal with it. Okay? Pull that young nigga to the side and say, hey man, if I was you, I'd take that damn vaccine. If I was you, they gonna come at your money, man. I'm not getting into it, but I'm getting word that, what I'm saying, these motherfuckers trying to take y'all money out your pocket. You don't go in there and say, yeah, it's all good, take money out their pocket if they unvaccinated. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. People gotta feed their families, man. This ain't no time to be sitting out here trying to help take money out of a man's hand. It's already hard enough for a nigga to get something. Nigga gotta work hard to get his money, man. Fuck is wrong with y'all? You just signing off on that? I'm not signing off on no shit like that. I'm not signing off on nobody's money like that. I don't give a fuck what color you are at the end of the day. That's your business. I'm not hating on nobody for their money. I'm good. Go ahead and get your money. I'm not gonna be the person to get in your way, especially if it ain't affecting me or the world at the world as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I'm not getting involved in that. Fuck that. Now you got enemies. Now you got the younger generation that don't like you no more. They ain't gonna look up to you no more. They ain't gonna sit there and say, "Yeah, Kareem, I'll put Kareem on my team if I was playing." They gonna be like, "Man, fuck Kareem. We gonna roll with somebody else." So moving forward, Mr. Jabbar, respectfully, I'm just gonna say this: stay out of the business right now. Okay, game is past you, past your time. Go write a book or something. You know what I'm saying? Go do something. Go write one of them boring ass books you've been writing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been selling. Okay, them books ain't been selling for years. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hitting on nothing. Okay, you need to go do something. Okay, be a OG, man. Don't be no slough ass nigga out here, man. It ain't cool to be that. It ain't cool to go with the establishment on everything. I know they hooked you up. I know they gave you a break and kept you living a comfortable life and everything like that. I get that, but there's still a certain way that you operate, man. And this ain't it. Okay, so this is King Marco. I'm signing out this motherfucker. Kareem Abdul Jabbar, get your motherfucking shit together, man. Please. Respectfully, I'm gonna say, get your shit together. This shit ain't cool. I'm out.